everyone, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Krista, and I would love to do some Celtic Reiki on you if you would allow it. Today I am going to be using the Alm Ogham. It's for the pine tree or the fir tree. And I'm just going to give you a brief little introduction to what it is about before I get started on the healing. I'm using the book Celtic Tree Magic here. And this Ogham, the Alm, the pine, suggests that clear-headedness and a calm viewpoint should be sought. Quiet, contemplative times between periods of action. Listen both to the prompting of spirit and the words and implications of those around you. You have a great opportunity to effect change by becoming present in each moment and aware of your surroundings physically, psychologically, and energetically. This is your route to empowerment and your protection. If you have lost clear perspective in the situations around you and are instead propelled by people or events that are no longer under your control, you are urged to seek clarity and vision through stillness, cleansing, rectification, and the detoxification of your being. Sitting at the crown of the tallest of trees, you will receive new vision, wider horizons, and in time perceive the way ahead to a better future. And from my Ogham Oracle deck here, what it says about the Alm, silver fir or pine. The meaning is joy, excitement, euphoria, creation, and spiritual awakening. You might be at the threshold for something new and exciting, but be patient. This tree is known for its height and gives you a beautiful perspective that can change your opinion easily. Alm will make you rise above your current positions and see things more clearly from above. It's going to help release fear, panic, or anxiety. It's useful while in search of spiritual awareness, intuition, understanding, spiritual growth, and connection with the universe. It is also useful while using the law of attraction and attracting positive thoughts. Huge fir and pine trees are some of the oldest beings in the forest and are ideal tools to connect with our ancestors. It is also great for relieving birth pain and use in every stage of pregnancy. So today we're really going to be focused on this, seeing things from a different perspective, seeing things more clearly when taking a step back, looking at the whole picture, being patient, really digging into our intuition, our spiritual growth, and calling on our ancestors and guides to really help open our minds to new perspectives, to clear vision through intuition, divine understanding, and spiritual awareness. So that's what we'll be focusing on today. The way that I chose this today was by pulling from my sticks, just asking guides, what do I need to work on randomly? And that's what was given for me to work on with you today. And I'll be darned if it wasn't also a good one for me personally to be doing right now. So I'll be joining you in this healing today, giving some of it to myself while also giving it to you. So I want to start with a little Florida water cleanse here. We'll just spray a little of that on us. I'm using this quartz for some cleansing. As far as crystals go, I don't know about you, but I am not very good at remembering what they're technically supposed to be for. Like, you know, each crystal kind of has like its own meaning and own thing it's good for. And I tried so hard to learn them and memorize them, and I just kept finding I wasn't. And I had someone who worked at the crystal shop I go to tell me that I really need to stop trying to memorize and learn what they are from a book and just start seeing how they intuitively call to me and what I feel like they're asking to be used for. So it's my understanding that this is Lemurian quartz, and I am not sure technically what this is used for. I will tell you that thus far, it is always calling to me to be used as a cleansing tool. And I'm very attuned to colors, and I like to associate colors of crystals with chakra colors. And anytime I see like a clear or white stone crystal, that always makes me think of the crown chakra, and it always makes me think of just cleansing and clearing. If you'd like to let me know in the comments what your favorite crystals are, or what you use them for, or what you know about Lemurian quartz, how you use it, or what the traditional use for it is, I would love to hear from you. And I'd also like you to just think about what things lately have you been stuck in a rut with? And what could you use a clear and new perspective on? What could really use a good stepping back and allowing other insights to enter your space? Sometimes we put the blinders on and we get very myopic in our vision. I am very guilty of this. And what we really need to do is just really step back and be open to all kinds of different insights, perspectives, and possibilities. Maybe a good visualization for you if you're a visual person, and perhaps if you'd like to meditate, is doing a visualization meditation where you imagine yourself floating up outside of your body and viewing yourself from above. Kind of like those scenes we see in TV shows and movies where people are on their deathbeds and they have their near-death experiences and they leave their bodies and they look down from above and they see everyone around them, and they just have like a different perspective, you know? They're seeing things differently. They're seeing everyone around them, and it usually leads to some sort of insight, and they come back changed. So if it feels comfortable, I invite you to imagine leaving your body and looking down not only on yourself, but those around you and the world around you. See if you can't broaden the scope of what's going on. And I think it's good to cleanse ourselves of preconceived notions or thoughts that we get stuck in us that aren't serving us. And that's what I'm doing here. The crown. Really open up that crown so that your guides, your angels, your ancestors, your spirit team has room to come in and guide you the way that they want to. They're begging you to let them guide you. And we're closed off to it a lot of the time, even when we don't mean to be. And in that third eye there, I know, well, it gets stuck in the third eye, and the third eye is all about that intuition. So let those guides come in and help you with your intuition, help you to follow your intuition, to see your intuition, to feel it. Not get so carried away by negativity in the world around us. And in that throat, if we're talking too much and not listening enough, or if we're listening too much and not talking enough. Being able to speak your truth, but do so kindly and wisely when needed, and knowing when it's not worth your words, and walking away. In the heart, clearing it of the resentment and anger that we build up, sometimes hatred that we build up, just all the toxic, stagnant, really hard, yucky stuff that this world can lead to carrying in our heart. Just anger and hurt, resentment, not being able to forgive, not being able to let go. Just being open to love and being able to love, give and receive. And the solar plexus, your energetic center, your confidence, letting go of fear, letting go of harmful beliefs that aren't serving you, bad things you think about yourself that aren't true or that are holding you back, or not being overly confident in situations where you shouldn't be, acting like you know everything when you don't. It's getting that ego in check and balanced. And that's sacral. Pleasure, creativity, also intuition, that gut feeling, sensuality, inspiration, intimacy, having fun, doing stuff you enjoy. Things are too hard, too serious. But if you're running away from the hard and serious things and only ever having fun and overindulging to avoid the hard things, we want to balance that too. Or if you're only ever focused on responsibility and tasks and things that aren't fun and not allowing yourself to cut loose, relax, have a pleasurable time, we want to balance that out as well. And down to the root, stability, being strong, healthy, stable, secure, rooted, grounded. It's important to get grounded and anchored every day, several times a day. I tend to live in my head, and I let it float away from my body like a balloon. And I have to remind myself to get anchored. I go outside, I plant my bare feet in the earth, and I genuinely ground. Hug my trees. Don't care what the neighbors think. All right. We're gonna do some tall fir or pine tree. Think about how tall they are, how they go all the way up to the sky. And if you were at the very top of one, the bird's eye view you would have of everything going on down here, it would be a much different view, right? You'd be out of the trenches, up high above, looking down, seeing things from a new perspective. Take some deep breaths. Just release, okay? Deep breaths in through your nose. Hold it for a moment at the top of the breath, and then let it out slowly through your mouth. I find that doing a 3, 5, 6, or a 4, 7, 8, or 4, 6, 8 is really good. So breathing in for 4, holding for 6, releasing for 8. Releasing for twice the amount of time that you breathe in is really good for resetting your nervous system and calming the anxiety, stress, panic, and fear. It literally sends physiological signals to your body to calm down. So, when I first started doing mindful breathing, I really had to work my way up to being able to do it for longer amounts of time. I don't know about you guys, but I have an easier time breathing in than I do out. Not sure if something's going on there or if that's common for people. You have to let me know in the comments if this is common for you or not. Push some of that in with the crystals in my rings. And so I really had to work hard to train my body to be able to breathe in for 4, hold for 6, and out for 8. And I don't know about you, but that feeling of like truly releasing all of the breath from your lungs and letting them completely empty out before you take an in-breath can kind of send my heart fluttering a little. It's not easy, but it is a helpful exercise to do for your body when you can. Don't beat yourself up if you can't get the breaths just right. Just practice. It took me a long time of practicing. I was getting up to a point where I was doing like 6, 10, 12, but I don't do that very often. Oh, bird's eye view. That new, fresh perspective. Opening your mind to things that are there but you haven't been able to see. That spiritual growth and awakening and alignment. Connecting with your spirit team for them to offer you those insights that they've just been waiting to give you. Yes. That feels good. I'm gonna seal it in there. I don't remember what kind of crystal this is. Someone tell me in the comments. I did know and I've forgotten. My brain ain't what it used to be. I have a lot of brain fog and stuff going on these days. So what I'm working on doing is not beating myself up for not being as able-bodied and able-minded as I once used to be. I'm working on letting go of the judgments from other people about my situation. My situation is I have the chronic illness, long COVID, and I am not physically or mentally able to work full time. And I get a lot of judgments from a lot of people about the illness or disability or my capabilities. That can feel really hard and really sad. And I tend to just want to just shut those people out completely. And I get really angry. And I'm trying to open my mind to not getting so angry. I mean, I don't think there's any convincing me that it's not wrong. I think it's wrong for people to be that way. But I can't say I haven't been that way in my life before about people in situations that I wasn't, that I had no experience with, you know. So I just have to try to remember that we all have things to learn, and that hanging on to anger and resentment and hurt about other people's decisions and ways that they choose to live does not serve me. People that are really mean about the fact that I have to be on disability, or people that think that that's wrong. It hurts, especially when I think those people are my friends, you know. Their judgments hurt because they're not with me every day, feeling the way I feel, seeing what I see, dealing with what I deal with. But I have to remember that I don't have to prove anything to them. And if they want to be short-sighted and close-minded about things that they don't know anything about, that's their cross to bear, not mine. So, what's your Achilles heel? What do you feel insecure about? I feel like people are judging you for, that really gets under your skin, and you just want to step back and gain some new insights and new perspective and let their issues be their issues? Or what things are you being judgmental about when you haven't walked in someone else's shoes? And how could you open your mind and your perspective to seeing things differently, allowing yourself to try to see things from their perspective? I used to judge people in the situation that I'm in, and I'm ashamed to say I did. People that didn't seem sick to me. Thought, okay, I don't seem that way to people. You know, right now I don't look or seem that way, but most of the time, if you're with me all the time, you'll see it, you know. But I used to have short-sighted thoughts about stuff like that and many things. And I'm sure there's still plenty of things I need to open my mind up about. So, what do you need to open your mind about? See from a new perspective when it comes to other people or other things going on? Or what are some things that you feel people are thinking about you unfairly that you need to let go of the power that they're holding over you? Let's get some crystal rings. Get that energy. Get that energy flowing into you. Some nice protective energy there. This session is maybe one of my favorites that I've done because I feel I needed it just as much, if not more, than those who are watching it. So I thank you for joining me on this today, and I really hope that this helps you feel better. And I would love to hear in the comments any insights that you have or any thoughts. And I thank you so much for being here. And I would ask you, if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm still a very small-time content creator, and I would love to build my following. So if you could like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that engagement really, really helps, and I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.